Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Appreciate all my subscribers. And those of you that's just been visiting, thank you for stopping by. To my subscribers and those that visits me, you can check out my videos tab or you can hit my playlist tab. And in there, you're gonna find videos that have been categorized by different topics and things of that nature that I believe every believer goes through, some, all of us, but there's a little bit of something for everyone in there. We got stuff in there for singles. There are the prophetic words that I've given that have been, categorized in there. Things about forgiveness, things about once saved, always saved, baptism, all types of different topics that we encounter and sometimes we're challenged on as believers, you will find in there. Okay, so I'm going to move on and give you some information today, but before that, guys, I wanted to share something that's really different today, but I had to share it. Guys, I don't know if y'all have ever had this chocolate. Okay, I discovered it. Now, I'm not a big chocolate person. If it's anything, I'll stick to Snickers, and then there's one other one I can't really remember. It's a little costly. It's not Godiva. It's nothing like that. I can see it, but I can't think of the name. But it's really good. But this right here, guys, it is delicious. Okay, it's called Kinder Bueno Crispy Creamy Chocolate Bar. What I like about this is that it is light and just delicious. It's not heavy, it's light and has like a little bit of whatever is in the center of it. But guys, it's like a chocolate, it's like a thin layer of chocolate over wafer crisp, and then it has this light fluffy thing going on in the center. How about I'm about to go on Amazon and try to get this in bulk, just in case. Just in case there's another shut-in or something, I'll have enough supplies for myself and the community. But boom, this is good. All right, so let me hurry up and do the video so I can go eat them. No, kidding. All right, so what I want to talk to you all about today is, first thing that the Lord laid in my spirit is to tell you all, you don't always have to win around. You don't always have to win around, my brothers and sisters. It's so easy to want to just say what we need to say and let it be known and put it out there and say our piece, especially if you're anything like me. Like, I'm nice with mine. So it's like, I don't mess with people. Like, I can honestly say I don't go like trying to hurt people's feelings and hurt them. But if you come for me too much, then it's like I know how to, we gonna do some chop suey with you. I know how to. I don't have to use profanity. I can really make you mad, like you want to fight me. You know what I'm saying? And that was something that I had even coming up being unsaved. It was just like, I would not mess with you, and I'd even let you get away with a whole lot. But once that on button goes, guys, let me tell you. So that's something that the Lord has delivered me from, right? But when you have that type of, if you don't have that stuff under control, and if you're a person that you feel like, it may not even be that you want to chop people down, but it's so important to you that you prove your point, that you got to win the round. So when people come against you with different things, you got to say your part. You got to prove your point. You got to let people know what really happened. And God is calling us to a place of letting him fight our battles. A lot of times we don't want to do that because it takes too long, it seems like. It doesn't seem to have the same instantaneous effect as if you reached out and said, and you reached out and did, and you reached out and, listen, it's the lace front. It's the lace front. All of that, tell the secrets. But it's whatever you get. But when you do things like that, You may win or feel like you win at that moment, but what you actually do is you actually put yourself even further into bondage, because you're taking the bait that the enemy puts out there to get you in your flesh, and then you sort of delay and if not cancel out the things that God would have done, how he would have brought light to that situation. Sometimes in getting yourself dirty, you put yourself on the same level with those individuals, and so you find yourself being in the same boat with them as far as recompense coming your way because of what you've done. And then also you get all mixed up with them, so you kind of help them to prove that you are just as messy as they are. I don't know how to explain that, but the spirit within them, the whole goal for those individuals acting that way, see, they don't think spiritually, they think flesh, and so they react in the flesh. Excuse me. And if they're able to pull you out of the light of Christ and pull you out of, the walking in the fruits of the spirit and bring you on the flesh side, then it's a win-win. Okay, so you may feel like, oh, you're clapping back and you're saying back and it makes you feel good, but what you're doing in the spiritual realm, you're losing far more. So I want you to understand that the Lord wants you to know today that you don't have to win every round. You understand that? Just because, don't think you're losing out by keeping silent. Don't think you're losing out by doing good instead of the evil. Don't think that you are losing out if you conceal a matter and they're lying on you and they're talking about you and they're still doing you dirty, and you go to them and the Lord says go to them and ask for forgiveness when they may have started it. They said something to you but you reacted, and the Lord tells you, listen, you need to go back and you need to make that right. And you're like, but God, it doesn't matter if after you say that they come to you, they say or that's what I thought, or don't apologize back to you. Okay, it's okay. You may think you are losing, but no, you're actually winning. You're actually gaining so much in behaving yourself wisely, because what happens is you're giving the Lord the floor to justify, to vindicate, to recompense. Okay, and you keep yourself clean. Remember, the Lord is going to prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. That's not going to happen if you flipping the table over trying to win around. So I want you to know that the Lord is saying it's not always important that you win around. You don't have to win around. Obey him in everything that he tells you to do. Do not go and get into their levels. You got to be like magnets, opposite. They're south and you're north. You're east, they're west. You can't be, if you drawn to them and they can pull you in just like magnets, is because, listen, you're like north and north is going to pull together. South and south poles of the magnet is going to pull you in. Okay, so that's the word that I have for you guys today. I pray that it encourages somebody. Okay, I've been there, I've done it. I've learned being a person that know how to sting you a little bit, and I know how to prove my points. And actually, I was going to become an attorney. That was what I want to do, because I'm about justice and I'm about, all of that. And I'm a person, listen, I don't argue with you at your place of business. You go on, I'm a letter writer. So I'm not going to be cussing you out and doing all of that. I'm a person, I'll find out the who, what's what, and I'll write the CEO. I'll write the head of a company and let them know what happened. I can tell you so many times with airlines and restaurants and places like that, I have got a lot of nice little gifts and things like that from places where you take the time to, when you don't engage, when they rude to you and you don't engage with them, you just write to the CEO. You call, you make those phone calls, especially these big places where the name goes a long way, and you take the time to just do your study and look, see who you need to reach. Let me tell you, you kept your integrity. You kept your self-respect. But when you contact the CEO, when you contact the chief executive officer, CEO, okay, or the owner of a franchise, or the owner of a company, or the owner of the airlines, okay? Let me tell you something. What they can do is far more rewarding than if you cuss them out and flip the table over. So it's the same thing with the Lord. Learn to take all your problems to the CEO of all things, the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings, and watch how he will handle that situation. Watch how the behaviors will change. Watch how in addition to an apology, they may send you, give you something where you can have a free flight in the future, or send you a big bouquet of flowers with some chocolates and things like that as an apology, along with a letter. That's what happened when you not, slapping the chicken box off the counter at KFC or whatever. Well, someone owns that place. You got to do things like that. You don't argue with the people at the airlines who's being racist and being whatever towards you or being rude. They have a boss. And don't just talk to the one over there, with his tie too long. They all have a boss. No, who owns American Airlines? That's what you do. And when you do those things, guys, you'll see what happens. So the word of the Lord today is you do not need to win every round. Learn to trust the Lord and let him fight your battles, and allow yourself to receive the blessings that comes with being still and allowing God to move ahead. All right, guys, peace out.